So I noticed that there's the quest tipster icon on project, so I want to see if he has any quests for us to do. What's going on around here?
What's new around here?
You should pay a visit to Old Mouth sometime. He's our local storyteller, you know.
Old Mouth?
He could tell you all sorts of interesting things, but only if you bring him some liquor. Don't forget, I have some here to sell, if you want. And that's all I'd say.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper.
Maybe we should talk to the mouth and see what that quest is all about. Let's see.
Good day to you.
So here's hired hand Zdenyek the mouth. Let's see what the deal is with him. Are you Mouth the storyteller?
People call you the mouth, right? They say you tell all sorts of stories.
I'm no mouth to you. My name is Zdenyek. Got that? What do people call you then? Bughead? Arseface?
I'm sorry, Zdenyek. I'm Henry.
Arseface.
Pleased to meet you. But you were right about the stories. I could tell you stories so sad they'd make the devil cry.
Devil may
Or
cry.
would you prefer something so scary it'll make the hairs on your ass turn white? But it's a lot of hard work for me. Now, if you had something to drink or a couple of groschen, that might help loosen my tongue.
Oh. Good thing I made some moonshine. But let's see what we have here. We can say, are you serious? I know a lot of stories too, or have a drink here. Let's give him a drink. Have a drink.
Your health, my friend.
Here we go. Let's give him... I don't want to give him the ancient moonshine. That's a little bit too rare. Let's give him some of this moonshine right here. Not 10 of them, just one. Okay, here we go. Confirm
Thank
delivery.
you very much. I knew you wouldn't leave me high and dry. So what kind of story would you like to hear?
Something sad, something scary, or something informative? Something informative, I think he'll give me like a smart aleck remark. Let's start with something scary.
I'm far too old for fairy tales. Tell me a scary story. One with blood and violence.
Don't you worry. I've got just the one. I just hope you don't shit yourself with fear. So, once upon a time, there lived in these very lands 2 brothers. The older was called Kuba, the younger, Matthias. They were both woodcutters, like their father and his father before him. One day, at the height of summer, they were working in the woods. The air was as hot as a furnace, so Matthias went to a nearby pond to cool himself. But as he was leaning over the cold water, there was a loud splash. His axe had got loose from his belt. In haste, he began to search the muddy bed of the pond, and his hands soon touched something hard and heavy. He pulled it out and could not believe his eyes. He pulled out an axe. Yes, but not his old one. It was an axe made of pure silver.
Good God. I'd grab that without a second thought.
Maybe you would, but Matthias would never. He was an honest man, and with a big swing he threw the silver axe back. He searched the pond again, and this time he pulled out his own axe. Nothing but dull iron and old wood.
Okay, it's a good thing he did it, or what an idiot. Good thing he did it.
I reckon that was the right choice. Who knows who the silver axe belonged to?
Well, quite. Listen on. Matthias was just about to leave when suddenly a water goblin came out of the pond, silver axe in his hands, and he said, "You're a righteous man, Matthias, and for your honesty, you may keep both axes." Matthias, not hanging around for the goblin to change his mind, took up both axes, gave us thanks, and ran to tell Kuba all about it. Kuba, however, was not best pleased with his little brother's fortune. He deeply envied Matthias for his newfound wealth. So, he set out to try the same thing. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him straight to the pond, threw his own axe in, and began a pretend search for it. Yet Kuba had no luck. He pulled out the axe he'd thrown in himself. So he tried again. Tricked by sunlight, he grabbed something shiny, only to pull out his old iron axe again. Enraged, he hurled his axe back into the water and yelled, "Fuck this axe! I want a silver one." But the water goblin heard his shameful cry and was greatly upset by Kuba's greed. So, when Kuba reached down into the water for a third time, the water goblin seized his hand, pulled him down a hole to the dark depths, and drowned him.
Jeez. Also, like, why are the camera angles so weird in this quest? Is it because of where I'm standing with Henry or what? Like, I feel like the characters are, like, way off to the side of the screen. We could say that's a harsh punishment or he got what he deserved. Let's say he got what he deserved.
Well, all was as it should have been. It was Kuba's fault.
I don't think so. It seems Matthias didn't either. He went to the water goblin and begged for his brother's body so he could take him home and bury him. But the path back from the pond led over a steep hill, and carrying the weight of the waterlogged body exhausted Matthias. He stopped to rest by an old oak tree, and he used a silver axe to cut off a branch that would serve as a walking stick. But it wasn't enough. Somehow, it was still getting harder to continue up the hill. Then Matthias realized it wasn't his brother's body that was weighing him down. It was the silver axe. The axe was the cause of all this trouble. So he started bashing the silver axe against a big stone with all his might, trying to destroy it. Yet no matter what, he couldn't even make a dent. With the last of his strength, Matthias climbed to the top of the hill. He knew he could go no further, so he found a pretty spot with a view over the valley and dug his brother a grave. There, he buried both his brother and the silver axe that had brought such pain upon them. His final act was to stick the oak branch in the ground by the grave. But lo and behold, the branch grew green leaves and became a tree. The locals have had no dealings with the water goblin since then, but some have had the bad luck to bump into him. And when you walk by the pier, where it all happened, you can still hear his chuckling.
We actually went to the water goblin's hut, and we didn't find anything but, like, leggings there. So, I wonder if this is leading anywhere. Also, just small detail that I like about both him and Henry's. I like the small, like, animations on their face. Like the way that their eyes move and they slightly blink and everything. Like, it looks really realistic. That was a nice tale. I've heard better stories before. Now, that was a nice tale.
That was a very nice story.
Story? What story? It's the truth.
Why hasn't anyone gone looking for the axe then?
Because it brings misfortune. Didn't you listen to me at all? Look for yourself if you wish.
Okay.
Rock Tower Pond isn't far from here. The Water Goblin's Pier is somewhere among the reeds. But leave me out of it. I'm
I think
fine
we've
here
been
with
there
my
already.
drink.
Yeah. The same
Take
one that I
care,
got the
friend.
tip for. Okay, we've got this activity, the axe from the lake. So let's go ahead and investigate this. I wonder if that story is like one from like Central European folklore or something like that. You know, the whole water goblin thing. But let's head down to Rock Tower Pond and see what this is all
How
about.
come you weren't in church on Sunday?
Okay, so we're at the pond pier. Here it is.
Could this be the pier from Zdenyek's story? He said Matthias carried Kuba's body up the hill from here, up to an old oak tree.
Okay, up the hill from here to an old oak tree. Is there anything interesting around the pier itself? Is there an axe in here that I could pull out? You know, actually pull out like a silver axe. Okay. No, that was only in the story. So let's go see if we can find the old oak tree up the hill. There's the oak tree. Old oak.
Well, there really is an old oak tree here. But what was the rest of the story? Something about smashing the axe on a rock.
Okay, let's see if we can find the rock, and maybe we'll find a broken silver axe or something. Although, according to the story, it was indestructible, so we'll see what really is here. So there's a big stone right here.
This could be the rock from the story. I'm on the right path.
I'm gonna find a silver axe, man. It's too bad it's not a golden axe, you know, like that old game. You know, golden axe. Let's see here. So there's a bunch of, like, scratch marks, like gashes on it, like someone was trying to smash an axe on it. A grave.
A grave under the tree, overlooking the valley. This must be where Kuba, Matthias's brother, is buried, together with the silver axe.
It's not very Christian to dig up a grave, but let's exhume the grave. Here we go. Start digging. Oh, I should have saved first, dude. Look at Mutt looking at me like, what are you doing, you heathen? You sinner. Oh, God. So there's a skeleton in there. There's a bag. Let's open up the bag. Mutt just went right in the grave, dude. So we got a broken round shield. Remnants of a shield from another era. Still good for kindling. Okay, that's garbage. A gemstone silver ring. Okay, that's something. Marigolds, so that must be the flowers from the funeral or from the burial ceremony, and the broken axe. It must have been a beautiful weapon once, but years underground have left an indelible mark on it.
God
Got
in
it.
heaven. This really is the axe. All those years in the earth haven't treated it well. I hope I can fix it.
Oh, so we can maybe repair it and use it as a weapon for ourselves? Cool. There's something else here I can open. Okay, that was the same thing. It's just the empty bag. Anything else I could do here in this grave while we're here? Doesn't look like there's anything else here. So let's head back and see if we can repair the axe. Alright, so I'm back in Tachov. I'm gonna see if I can use the blacksmith equipment to repair the silver axe that we found.
God bless.
So we got the adorned axe. The beautiful axe from the legend of two woodcutters was lost for many years, but Henry of Scouts found it and restored it to its former glory. Oh god, it's been a while since I've done the smithing. Hopefully I can pull this off without messing up. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to blow the bellows. I totally forgot how to do this, man. Okay, there we go. We need to heat this up. Then we need to bring it to the anvil once it's glowing and start hammering it. Get this thing glowing hot. If I remember correctly, I think the process is called annealing. Okay, so that's glowing. Let's go ahead and bring this to the anvil and start hammering it. Hopefully that's glowing enough, because it does cool down after a while.
Christ, what a day.
Let's get a rotation here. Let's do the other side. Yeah, see, it's getting cool already. I might have to heat it up again.
Well, I've got half finished.
He's half finished. Maybe I'll just keep hammering. Unless he says something about it, you know? Dude, I need to work on my stamina, man. He's like running out of breath just hammering this thing. Hey, he's whistling. That's usually a good sign. Oh man, lost the tune.
It's as cold as a dog's snout.
Okay, we need to... Oh, he said it was cold, but he's now ready to quench it, so... Okay. Guess we're quenching it. Hopefully I got good quality here. Alright. See how this thing turned out. Ooh.
Christ almighty.
Quality? Alright, I got Henry quality. I think it's an M actually, the Martin quality. So that's like the highest quality, and it's because I have a special skill that lets you go even higher than the normal quality levels. Nice, and I got some lockpicks too from another talent that I picked up. Cool. Alright. So is that it, or do I have to talk to Zdenyek now to show him the axe? Alright, so tell Zdenyek about the axe. Let's go ahead and find him. He should be at the tavern. Let me actually save, because I wonder if he's gonna like ask me for it or something. Alright, so here's Zdenyek sitting by his lonesome by the well. Let's see what he has to say about the axe.
What? You're covered in blood, my friend.
Forgot to wash. I found the water goblin's axe.
I found the water goblin's silver axe.
What do you mean? What axe?
The one from your story. Two brothers, a silver axe, a water goblin. One brother got the axe, the other got drowned. You know.
Wait, so you actually found it? Do you have it? I have to see it.
Here you go.
It's not possible. Where did you find it?
I just followed your story.
Yup.
I found the pier by the rock tower pond, then went up to the old oak tree, then the big stone beside the road.
Doesn't really look like a woodcutter's axe. Are you sure this is really it?
But you didn't say it was a woodcutter's axe. You only said the water goblin's axe was silver.
That's true.
Did, but still. In all the years that story's been told, everyone thought it was just a fairy tale for children. It has 4 different endings nowadays. When Johann and Zdenyek tells the tale, it's about 2 sisters, and the water goblin grants one of them a pair of silver slippers. The other sister was jealous, but she didn't bother with the water goblin. She found her sister straight away and pushed her off a cliff in Apollonia. It's the same story, but Johann gave it some extra colour. Best not go looking for the slippers too.
Should we go look at
Although,
Apollonia?
With your luck. It was good to see you, my friend.
Cool. So that was the axe from the lake. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments.
Praise the
It was just a
Lord.
little activity, but it was kind of
Greetings.
interesting, you know?